Thanks everyone for joining us. As again, this is the 5th episode of Crit the Bed. We'll do a round robin and then we'll give a recap of what happened last time. So, Khalil, who are you and what do you do?
Chad, lizard wizard, evil X that tells me to meow at the moon.
That's very true. Alice, who are you? What do you do?
ASMR, fallen angel, countdown arm. Maybe god, maybe just confused ASMR enthusiast.
Awesome. Ellie, who are you? What do you do?
Pip, Grung Ranger, Poison Skin, 4 out of 4 limbs.
Nice.
Hey,
I like the bullet points now. Everybody's got to have 4 bullet points. Josh, who are you? What do you do in 4 bullet points?
Arter, Furbolg Druid, Puke Cry, 1 less arm, Clueless.
There we go. Nice.
That's 5.
you did stick the landing though.
Annie, can you get it in 4 or 5 bullet points?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
That was it. Jokes. 4 or 5 bullet points. Changeling Sorcerer. Likes parkour. Scary smile. Likes slitting ankles.
That's true. And what's your name?
Mike.
Nice. Mic test. Groovy. So last time on Crit the Bed, all the party were still in that very same hobgoblin chamber, really trying to deal with the issues of having an ever-growing sphere of annihilation, just sucking everything in, just bodies, snow, stone, anything you threw at it, people's sandals, who will go unnamed. But you as a party did have a very good idea, which is putting a like Learman's tiny hut, aka Chad's pad, over the top of it, which is like a more 70s version of Learman's tiny hat, all furnished in velour and lava lamps, I believe, that contained it, kind of stemming the flow. Eventually it reduced back to a 2 foot by 2 foot sphere, like black hole, which then Chad used his awesome intellect to control and manipulate enough to take out the back of your goblin skimmer. So now you have like an open-backed convertible to go through the tundra. You've also killed every single hobgoblin, so there is no one left alive to tell your tale. That is the modus operandum of the friendly boys. Leave no one alive to tell your story.
That is how legends are born.
Indeed.
And how they die.
Were there really any of them there in the first place?
It's true. Did you all just eat those poison mushrooms back in Keld, and this has just been a trip for the last 2 weeks?
What a trip it's been, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and we have Sebastian Sandals to write our chronicles, so no one else needs to live.
It's going to be like
Story.
it's going to be like The Hobbit, and Bilbo writes the story, doesn't he? At the end of it, or when he's just about to go off and vanish on a boat somewhere with elves, and that's what we'll end up doing.
Does that mean though, in that storyline, does only one of us live?
Maybe.
No, because Gandalf is still alive.
Yeah, the good boys.
None of us are Gandalf.
I'll be Gandalf.
I'm a wizard.
Chad's a wizard, yeah.
I'm a wizard. Thank you very much.
I don't think any of us-
Chad the Green, you may now call me.
Is that because your skin colour, or is because you're partial to a bit of the leaf?
Because I am green.
Okay.
Also,
Is
the high elf, Liv Tyler's dad. He's still alive.
That's true. He is.
All the good guys are alive. It's just ours will be like the R-rated 18.
I thought you were actually talking about Steven Tyler. I was like, I don't think he's in that movie.
You know Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler?
No, he was in Armageddon, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know, that famous fantasy film.
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Right. Well, on that note, you're all back in the Hobgoblin Cave now. It's a little bit warmer in here. You're a bit sheltered, but you still are in the Arctic tundra. I've kind of glossed over it a little bit because it wasn't too relevant at the time. However, I believe your plan is now to either go to Dragon's Perch to get a kobold ride, or just venture straight to the Teranollankin twins on the seat of the Shattermounts. But now you're going to be going up the mountain. Exposure is going to be an issue. So how are you going to deal with that issue?
How ruined is our car?
Oh, it's only got a 2 foot by 2 foot hole in the back.
Oh, that's fine, guys.
Just put some tarpaulin over that, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody has a spell for it.
What I think I picked up some leather armor, but what are the hobgoblins? How big are hobgoblins? should
They're
notice.
about between 6.5, 7 feet tall.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Can I just have a little look around some of the dead bodies and just see if there's any that are like wearing particularly decent quality robes that I can have that will protect me from the cold?
What I'm not going to do is go through like a whole like shopping episode, or be like, well, you have to go to a tailor and then you have to barter for a price and then you have to get there. I'm more than happy just to kind of let each one of you decide what your winter outfits are going to be. So this is going to be a second change of outfits for you. You can just tell me what it is and then you have it, because I think that's going to be more fun.
I want like a Russian hat with
Sure.
the ear flaps. Or is it Canadian? Is it Canadian or Russian?
I imagine both have similar versions of that hat.
And much like my pirate costume, I want a big coat.
Okay. Like a coat to match the hat, like a similar fur and colour.
Yeah. I don't want them to clash. I don't want
Yeah.
one to be plaid and one to be striped.
Sure. That would be awful.
That'd be terrible.
Oh my god.
We're about to go meet the fancy twins. I don't want to be not dressed for the occasion.
I'm gonna use my sewing ability because Parter would have sewing ability.
Have you ever had a sewing ability before?
Yeah, and I'm gonna
he's
fur
famous
line.
for it.
I'm gonna skin and fur line one of the hobgoblins, the biggest one there, that I can then wear. A bit like the little brownies in Willow, how they've got like the
The head of the...
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to find like there's going to be some sort of animal hides and stuff. So that'll be my fur lining on the inside, and then hobgoblins on top.
Yeah, I immediately regret giving you this power. But sure, I will let you skin and wear a hobgoblin like it was like a leather trench coat, famous for their resistance to the cold.
It's the fur lining, though, isn't it?
You're a pacifist. Are you not like vegan?
They were dead. They're already dead. I'm making use. A bit like when you eat all the meat. It's recycling.
Why do you think the hobgoblins are like furry?
I said I gone to find a little hobgoblin skin and I fur lined it. I stitched it together with some animal fur, and that's
You
keeping
could
it.
just use the fur. You don't have to stitch the skin on.
Yeah, just use the fur. That's what I was going to ask. Are there any like bear skin rugs or anything on the walls that like? Surely maybe something on the table. I don't know.
So I'll also encompass, not only are you in the hobgoblin's chamber, so they've got winter clothing that you can repurpose for yourself, but you'll have to exit through the hobgoblin encampment, of which there is a bazaar in there, and they deal and they trade, so there's probably a whole sort of realm of different pelts and furs that you can pick up in different shades and colours. You also have money. It's not something I really track because, again, not particularly interesting to be like, oh, you don't have enough gold, sorry. You're going to have to go and take a menial job or
They've got
a quest
2,000 gold.
and just to get another 10 gold. So I'm happy for you to have like enough gold that you need to have a new outfit for the tundra, because I think that's important.
This is why we love Tim.
So yes, you can find like a bear pelt if a bear pelt is what you want, Annie, for Mike, or if there's a different type of animal that you want to wear.
I want it to be like a bear onesie.
Cool.
You said whatever we want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Is it complete with the a bit similar to what Part is wearing with the bear head?
Are we having a onesie party?
Well, no, you've got like a fur-lined matrix coat.
Yeah. It's great.
And the hobgoblin, an actual it's basically like wearing a human's face, equivalent to, because they're as sentient as humans are in this world. So it's
probably not
equivalent
going to
of,
be.
like,
You know
wearing,
what?
like a dwarf's face on your head, or an elf, or a human's face.
You know what? I'm just going to fur line the skin up to like the neck bit. I'm not going to use the head because I also don't want to go through the encampment wearing.
That was something I had in the back of my mind.
But dude, it would be like face off.
That's true. I skin his face off and I just put it in my pocket just for later use.
Oh God.
Okay.
Pip, what's going to be your weather, your Arctic weather costume?
So, how strong is Sebastian Sandals?
He's a commoner, so he has 10 strength, so 0 modifier.
So not very. Like he couldn't say if I was wearing basically, the Michelin Man.
Yes,
If I was wearing a onesie made out of a duvet
sure.
to look like the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
And then Sebastian Sandals also had matching Michelin Man onesie with like a kangaroo pouch
Oh, okay.
that I could then fold myself up in and be really warm, and he could carry me around.
With the amount of abuse that he has sustained in the party in general, not specifically from you, I think he would be intimidated enough to go along with this idea. But he is not a strong man. He is quite a weak man. So he would basically be dragging you along the floor in this big, heavy pouch in the front of him. But he will do
No.
it.
I'll settle for matching Michelin Man duvet sleeping bag onesies.
Cool.
It's really padded, so if at any point I want to lay down and go to sleep, that I can do that.
So you have like a goose feathered duvet that you've like fashioned into a onesie as well. Nice. There we go. So you spend a little bit of time either adapting or buying the materials that you need to make your winter outfit, and you, I guess, drive your car back out, drive your goblin ice skimmer into the tundra. Where do you want to go?
Dragons.
Where's our black hole? Did we leave it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
and you set a
100%.
reminder on Iris to remind you every. I think you initially said 3 days, and then you readjusted it to every 10 days.
Made the
No, other
decision.
way.
Other way around.
Was it?
Yeah, it's 10 days and then we remind every 3.
Should we put like a do not enter sign in front of the ice cave?
I'm gonna write in Sharpie or charcoal.
Yep.
Black hole. Do not enter.
Love Chad.
Love Arthur. And then in really small brackets, we didn't kill the hobgoblins.
And you
Yeah.
do this in the heart of the hobgoblin camp.
Yeah.
So you just like close their main town hall effectively.
Like what was her name? She killed them.
Patessa.
Contessa.
Oh,
I
I
think
can't think Contessa was it.
And then her address.
Okay.
Bearing in mind that all of the guards and you had to go through the main encampment have all seen you go in. One of you come out and get the car, bring the car in, and then all of you leave in the car.
That's fine. They're not
That's
that clever, right?
Also, they've heard of Dimension Door before. They don't know who else is in there.
Cool. You leave the black ice caverns behind in your rear view mirror. Another job well done for the friendly boys.
High
We
five,
definitely go into the dragons because I was promised that.
I think we should do dragons, go meet the giants, and then go and kick some bad man ass.
The Joel can.
That's
I
ultimately
mean-
it. So I think the idea was you're going to go to the kobolds, get a drake or several drakes so you can fly as the raven flies, rather than having to navigate your way through the extremely razor sharp peaks of the Shattermounts.
Right.
Or we could get distracted by a side quest.
Wow, excellent, because I have just the one point. No, it's fine.
As we leave, can there be a slow-mo moment where we're all in the car, like laughing and cheering and joking, and then like above us, it's like achievement unlocked, murdered 10 people.
Oh, you got that achievement a long time ago.
Is Sebastian's with us?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't want that guy running off.
Yeah.
Can you
no.
not see our
Let's-
matching outfits?
Let's get him some sandals.
He's got those guard boots.
Snow sandals.
We look after him, Sebastian. He's actually traded up since he's been with us. So.
I don't think he feels that way.
He suddenly seems like he's seen more horror in the last hour than he has done working at the keep.
Show
for a
him
few years.
places. We show him stuff, take him on trips, but he didn't get any of that in his old.
Yeah, travel the
No.
world.
That's
We're
true.
showing him the world. It's romantic.
Yeah, we're making it more worldly.
Whether he likes it or not.
We're
We'll
just
show him.
his origin story.
We're singing a whole new world to him as well.
I was thinking that.
Iris,
okay.
can you sing?
Beep, beep.
I don't want to put that on you.
Okay, good.
Unless you want to.
It's fine. You'll set off for the kobold town of Dragonjaw Point, which is where the infamous Drake Riders live. It's quite a way up the Shattermounts, and again further to the north. You're taking the Ice Goblin Skimmer, which has been roughly patched up at the back by your resident mechanic Chad. So it's just some pieces of his wizard book that he's just licked and stuck on the back.
Paper mache.
Leviosa.
Unless, of course, you have the spell Mending, and then you can just fix the back of the
Wait, I think I might actually.
I love that you didn't even look though.
I was so confident in I do have mending.
Oh, you do? There you go, just mend the
At
back.
will, too.
Yeah. Done.
Leviosa.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work as Leviosa.
Oh, shit.
It's going to take you a good few days to get to Dragonjaw Point, but fortunately you're not having to make exposure rolls, and you're in the relative comfort of the ice skimmer, only having to stop really at night for all of you to get some rest. But that does mean that I need a certain someone
God damn it.
to roll a certain number of dice. So can you roll a d3 for me, please?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
A 1. Oh, lovely. Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Yeah, I rolled a 20.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
We've not had this one before, so it's always good when you get a new one. So there are other changes that happen during the travel to Dragonjaw Point, but I won't make you say, on this day I do X, and on this day I do Y.
Done with shit
I'm
today.
just on the last one.
Yes, just on the last one.
Okay.
However, I would say it gets quite smelly inside the oblong ice skimmer. So yeah, there's that to contend with. Oops.
I wish
No,
you'd
Mouse gone.
Open up the back.
Just bring that. There we go.
What was that, Aya?
I wish you'd left the back off so that they'd let some air in.
Okay, so Cleo, there you go.
I
Oh,
don't know
boy.
if that was what you just reacted to, but when you did something on your screen, Tim, it covered up.
Yeah, it's fine. I just needed to bring up the WhatsApp messenger service.
Is this for the next day?
This is for when you arrive at Dragonjaw Point, which you do now. So Dragonjaw Point is very much like its name. Is the Shattermounts were made when the meteorite impacted the Mistfields and created this sort of crater, sort of like circular ring of mountains. So they're all newly formed, relatively speaking, like geology speaking, and they are all like freshly razor sharp as well. This particular one has got an outcropping that looks like the maw of a dragon. So there's a sort of a relatively smoothed out landing that they've carved out to make a perch, and then there's overhanging sort of crop of razor sharp pointed rock on top of it, making the visage look a little bit like a dragon's mouth. The encampment that's there is mostly populated by kobolds, but they do trading with other races in the area. Kobolds are, if you don't know, like miniature dragon-like creatures. They generally are like pack-orientated or tribe-orientated. Because of their diminutive stature, they always attack in groups. They can be quite timid, and they're scavengers. So their town kind of reflects this, where there's clusters of stone and wood huts that are all in their own little community units, all based around. And then that's all in of itself circulated around sort of a main square or meeting area where they have a big tavern right at the centre of their community. The path itself leads the way up through the crags. You have to abandon the ice skimmer a little bit way out of town. Just park it off to one side because there won't be a way of getting it through the crags. The only way they tend to get supplies in and out are via the drakes, and they have a monopoly over these drakes within several 100-mile radius. So anybody that wants to have convenient transport to the surrounding settlements have to go to the kobolds and negotiate.
So how long have we been walking outside of the car?
Only like 15 minutes.
Okay. Should we ask him where the dragons are?
It's only going to end in a fight and us killing them, isn't it? So.
No. Can we just agree before we start that we're not going to kill them, no matter what?
I can't guarantee that.
No murder.
I will do my best.
No murder.
No.
Guarantee.
So when you walk into the community, as I mentioned before, there's a bunch of stalls that line the main thoroughfare into Dragonsjaw Pearch, and they are selling things like hides or meats. There's the sound of the chittering dragon speak language, Draconian. As they talk to one another, some of them see that you are of different races, and so switch to common and try and beckon you to buy their wares. There are like small stone effigies that some of them are made. You can buy sort of rudimentary clothing. You can buy meat off their stall if you're hungry. There are some like quite low-grade tailors here as well. You can buy carpets, rugs, that kind of stuff here.
Is there like an alchemy store?
Roll an investigation.
I will do that.
Just so everybody knows, are we still connected by ThoughtSap, or is that gone now?
Oh, it's been several days since you last used it, so you'd have to recast
I
it.
forgot. I cast that. Yeah. I speak Draconic, just so you guys know.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
I don't.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I have to listen. Okay, so I speak Draconic, just so you guys know.
What?
Huh?
Are you using Draconic right now? Is it just a little bit deeper than common?
It's just a little bit deeper than normal.
Do you need a?
I love that.
It won't help.
Is that your low voice?
I was about to say, I love the fact that your low voice is not low.
Yes.
low.
Is it not?
It's like you're going, I'm Khalil. I'm Khalil.
That's what I have to do.
You have to speak slower as well.
No.
No.
Just a choice.
I rolled 22 in my investigation.
You did indeed. You do find it's not an alchemist as you would know it from a more established town. It's more like a sort of a witch doctor-y person that deals in fauna and like the plants of the reaches, and so they will grind them up or mix them, and it's almost like a sorcerer or warlock type, or rather than an
Warlock.
alchemist, and will use infusions to make these like salves or potions, etc.
So
More
is
like
he
a shaman type of thing?
an anti-vaxxer, natural medicine?
Yes.
I will only eat oranges to make me feel better. Great.
Smokes 40 a day, but eats an orange because it thinks the vitamin C offsets it.
I would like to go over and ask him, despite the fact that he has no modern medicine, whether he has any potions of healing or anything that I can buy from him.
Before we get to the Parter did ask a relevant question. Yes, everybody can take a long rest, by the way, so you can hit the long rest on your character sheet because you have been snoozing in the toxic goblin ice skimmer as best you can.
I didn't want to ask that out loud just in case.
Bet you're all jealous of my sleeping bag duvet.
You just like zip it up over your nose so you can't smell anything.
I slept great.
That's good.
I'm happy for you.
Well done.
We're all really happy.
Me,
Sound like
me too.
you sound so much like Eeyore.
Because
Oh my.
because Chad has started doing this with no context, and he speaks Draconic, and I assume that means he knows this. This is how we are supposed to speak in this place. So I too, when I ask if they have modern medicine, do you have any modern medicine?
It's equivalent of like when British people go on holiday and don't
Yeah,
speak the
fine.
language. We just shout it at people
Hey,
and slower.
some beer.
Toilet.
Toilet.
Why did you do that?
It's like a toilet bowl.
You ever seen
Pee into it.
toilets?
I thought you were like toilet.
This, but in a porcelain way. See this mess here, but you have that. Yes. So you go into this low hut. It's made of like mud and straw and wood. And as soon as you get in there, you're just assaulted. It's got beaded curtains, but the beads are made of like little rocks, and string and sinew. And you're hit by a wave of like an acrid smell, really overpowering, like incense, something boiling and burning. Your eyes immediately start to water as you get in there. It's really hot as well.
Despite the fact that it's really hot, I zip up my duvet onesie, just like here.
Yeah, but you've got your frog eyes like here, looking around. They're just like streaming.
And yeah, try and find
Yeah.
medicine.
Right in the middle, there is a small fire. Above that, there is a cauldron, and something inside of it is making all of this like acrid smell come out of it. And there is a haze inside this hut as well. Doesn't look like the ventilation's particularly good. And through the mist and the haze and the smoke, you just hear a yak yak.
What's in this cauldron?
Oh, you speak common.
I thought this was draconic.
That's offensive.
Oh, is it just Pip in there, or other people want to go and visit the
Like funnel
alchemist
gun.
shaman? Is it Pip on their own, or is it other people?
No, I'm in there.
So Parter's in there. Mike, are you joining? Nope. AA, are you joining? Nope. And Chad, are you joining? Nope. Bando? I'm assuming Bando's there. Sebastian Sandals, unless ordered to, will just nervously look around and hang out with the largest group. So at the moment, that's waiting outside with Mike, AA, and Chad.
Let's make him like a baby Bjorn.
Even though he's a regular-sized man.
Yeah, but I'm a regular-sized lizard, so...
That's true.
And A is a regular-sized angel, so I feel like he'd fit well.
That would be
Both of you could easily carry him with barely noticing it. I mean, he's probably weighs less than the backpacks that you're carrying around.
Can we tell him he can have one thing, anything he wants in luck?
Same with your mum and dad, like Chad and Aya.
Now don't go too far.
This
You
is
can
the
pick
episode that I
one sandal.
Right or left?
What you take?
I think this is the episode. Let's just do like Sebastian Sandals go shopping.
Let him run wild.
It'd be the most plain shopping. It'd be like my style of vanilla shopping.
Are you too scared to say what sandal he wants?
Dad, I bought socks.
One sock.
One sock.
Beige jumper.
Might as well just chop his ankle off. Like,
Well, see, this is why you're not in charge of him.
Why you're not the dad here.
Yeah.
That's why it's Chad, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad, Chad.
While they're talking about
Mamaya.
his him, while they're talking about shopping, can I like just slink off and then they carry on?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can peel off whilst Chad and Aya deciding who puts Sebastian Sandal into the baby Bjorn and you're chastising him for wanting more than one sock. And both Pip and Parter have gone inside the hut. Yeah, you can just slink off into the rest of the town. So we'll go back to the alchemist. You were going to ask her for something in particular?
I was wondering if you sell any healing potions.
Healing potions, they are very rare to come by.
I'm very rare as well, but I'm here.
Touche, I guess. How much for you?
500 gold.
Sold.
Oh, he's joking. She's priceless.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I cannot be bought unless it's for lots of money, in which then I am, yes, open to that as an option if for menial tasks. I deliver mail sometimes, but not in a long time. I go on quests and make new friends. I don't kill anyone. I look for healing potions in your shop.
Very well. Well, show me the gold, and I will show you what I have.
Show me what you have and I'll show you my gold.
Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
I'm just puffing out my chest a bit behind her.
Also, Pat, if you come back and you've sold Pip, you're gonna have words.
Barton may be a murderer, but he's not. He's not a pimp.
You could see with Sebastian Sandals, he's a worthy, what's the word, contender?
Yeah.
Replacement.
You put him. Are we going to put him into a battle like a gladiator?
Immediately would die. Straight away.
No, he'd be strapped to my chest.
Taking all the arrows.
A bit like Krang. He'd be Krang, and you'd be like that.
I'll be like
Yeah.
Master Blaster from
Yeah.
Mad Max. 14. So she produces, like you used to being from, like Sutton Shaw and around that kind of time. Like you're doing all with mail. You probably might have even delivered packages that have had potions of healing in them before. You're used to like nice little vials, all very sterilized and exact, and they're made by alchemists in alchemy shops that are of repute. She brings out like this leathered bag that she unties at the neck and lays it all out, and inside there are various like animals or what looks like organs from animals, and she just lays them out on the table in front of you.
I'd take a big gasp
do
behind
these-
you.
Sorry, what did you say, Ellie?
What do these do?
You're asking for magical healing? Well, here you go.
What would I do with them?
You have to pop the organ and drink the fluid inside.
How do I know this would work?
Well, I don't know. Unless you have to consume one right now, but you have to pay for it. How do you know anything works? Go to a blacksmith. How do you know that the sword he's made is of good quality? You have to trust in the sellers. I would not have the shop here if I was selling fakeries. But you can do an insight if you want to.
Those little shop classes that they have in counters and supermarkets. Trial them.
I would like
Tasters.
I
Yeah.
mean, there is a risk that he'd like just kill people. That's why he's still going with the shop, because nobody comes back.
I just feel like a friendly boy's way of running a shop.
I only rolled a 7 on my insights.
Yeah, I mean, this is all very quite alien to you. Like the town itself, you haven't been in one like before. Kobolds, you really only just any that you've encountered in your life, you either run away from or killed. So, like their culture is not familiar to you. So this could very well be the way they transport fluids. They may not have any sand to turn to glass, turn to vials. They have to make do with other ways of transporting liquids. And in this instance, it's in the carcass of another animal.
I mean, we have to, we all do what we've got to do to transport. No, not finishing that sentence.
I'm curious now.
It's
She's a
probably
mule.
involving the word fluid at some point.
I will take 2 of your organs and the promise that if these kill or hurt any of my friends, I will come back and kill and or hurt you.
A standard deal, absolutely.
How much?
So there are 6 different like bladders, livers, stomach linings. Like the smaller ones are like in a actual creature. Like there's one that looks like a snake, but it's like distended in the middle where all the fluid's kept. The bigger they get, the more expensive they are. So you can just assume that they are stronger, and eventually get up to the size of like a bear's liver, which has been tied off, like cauterized at one end and then tied off at another. So, yes. Sorry, I'm just been looking up the prices of everything.
Does anybody else here besides Tim know what the size of a bear's liver is? 'Cause I don't.
I have many at home.
It's like 2 elk kidneys.
Oh yes, of course.
There you go.
What
Kidney
worries me is
to
like
liver.
we've said this before. Like he knows the anatomy of animals far too well. Like I'm kind of terrified by. Has he got a room where he lives? Like it's just got like wall to wall. It's just animals.
You mean his
Behind the
healing
screen screen.
potions?
If none of you have
Yeah.
done that yet, then none of you are worthy of being a DM next. So
Yeah, exactly.
Tim's
Also-
side hustle is taxidermy.
Yeah. I was going to say in his spare time, he is the one that populates Wikipedia. He writes encyclopedias. He,
the one.
that's what he does. Animalpedia.
That's true.
I still think that our first bit of merch should be anatomy of a crab. Just like it's just a
Super
crab.
detailed.
With a bear's liver to scale so that we all know how big it is.
With 2 elk kidneys next to it.
I would buy that. To be fair, I think that on my wall.
I wouldn't.
Okay. So we've got common, uncommon, or rare. So the first one, she points to like the 2, the distended snake, and what looks to be like a skinless squirrel. She's like,
Tim.
each one of these, it's not a squirrel because there's no squirrels up here, but that's the closest like comparison you can have. Instead of like it having a tail, it's just got 2 extra back legs, so it's got 6 legs in total, and it's got like a bigger maw, so it looks like it can like eat larger creatures. And she says, it's 50 gold pieces for these 2. It's 250 for the next 2, or it's 600 for the larger 2.
I'll give you.
I'll give you.
Oh, I'll give you
Thank you.
100 for the snake and 1 of the larger ones.
So you want to give her, like, so you want a larger one, like the one that was 600 for 1,
The
or
lower
the medium
one,
one?
the medium, the
250.
grande one.
Yeah.
Grande.
Like no, that would be 300 for those 2.
150 because I don't know if they'll kill me or not.
Let's barter. You roll a persuasion check versus her. Persuasion check. See who wins.
Potter, do you barter?
Well, I used to think I could, but you lot have told me you shouldn't. I just eyeing up. Tim, whilst you're doing that, can I just ask? Parter's looking around just from behind. Are there any living animals in there?
Yeah, there's the whole like there's little cages with little animals in there squealing. There's what looks to be like little stone boxes, and you see one with the stone boxes on it. The lid moves, and then like a multi-jointed thin limb kind of peeks out and stabs into one of the containers next to it, this like cockroach-looking thing, and then pulls it back in, and then you just see the lid get pushed back over, and some crunching noises in there.
Good to know.
And when you look up at the ceiling as well, there's a bird that's being tied upside down by its feet and it's just flapping.
I have a
No. I was just that's it. I'm done.
I can't go any lower than 280 gold pieces, but you're really, really pulling my arm.
Okay, 200 gold pieces and we shake on it.
280 it was.
200, and we shake on it.
No deal. And she starts like putting everything back into the bag.
Fine. 280, and we shake on it.
Okay. She puts over a little kobold, like scaled dragon hand, permeates her cloak and robes, and gestures towards you. You see that she's got this muddy brown scales.
I would like to roll up my duvet so that my skin
Okay.
can shake.
All right. Yeah. So you go and shake on it, and then she immediately falls forward. She was doing this at the counter, which is next to the fire. So she's got disadvantage on this. Fortunately, she falls to one side of the fire, not into the fire.
Thankfully.
And she's asleep.
Okay.
I feel like we should have a catchphrase for when we fuck people over as the friendly boys.
Yeah.
Another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday.
You've
Friendly
just
boys, stamp of fucked.
Yeah. So she's now asleep.
I would like to leave the 280 gold on the counter because I am a frog of my word. But then take just what I've paid for.
Yeah.
But I would like to gesture to Parter. Would you like to free any of these animals?
Well, you make my job a lot easier. I was going to go up to her and try and barter, but
No.
well, if you insist. And I'm going to reach across to the bird up at the top.
Okay.
And just a few of the other small ones, like if there's like mice, any animals that I really recognise.
Yeah. I mean, none of them look like the ones you're familiar with, but there are some equatable ones. So there are like skinless rodents that got like a carapace that you can kind of release, and they skitter away underneath the hut and just burrow away.
God, my little friends, go never come back.
The bird, though, as soon as you release its feet, it just fucking freaks out, and it's just like in your face, just flutting around.
I'm holding its
Just
feet
going
like
batshit.
when you like holding a chicken, and like when they're like flapping around. It's like, calm down.
When you roll a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Okay. And also, before I'm assuming we're then just going to leave here, Pip. Once, natural one.
Yeah. The bird. You try and capture the bird. You can't get its feet, and it starts attacking you. You take 1 point of damage, but also it gets down the back of your like fur skin cloak, and it's just inside you now, and it's just like flapping around.
It's inside you now.
Inside you now.
Flapping
Don't you all wanna
around.
be? Don't you all want to be?
It's also I should have made you roll disadvantage because you've actually only got one arm, but you can't get lower than one. So
I forgot about that. Oh,
How have you not died yet?
I was about to say I'll pull my jacket closer, but I can't do that with
you
with
can.
one
You
arm.
do.
Because I'm going to keep it under there and pretend I'm a hunchback. But all the while, I'm just going to slide out the hobgoblin skinned face, slap it on the counter, and I'm gonna pay 10 gold just for the
privilege.
For the privilege, yeah. Just because I've freed all our animals.
You're paying.
Okay, so I think
I can't be completely bad, can I?
so you're going to have to gather some party funds to pay the 280 gold. So I'm
really?
just checking everybody's currency. So yeah, you don't have 280 on you, unfortunately, Pip.
I believe you told me that money doesn't matter in this. World.
No, it's true. Yeah, I thought it'd be only when it's fun, and I think at this point it's fun to leave her with the money, and you have.
Well, in that case, I don't leave her with any money, but I leave her with a note that says, "Sorry, left
She
purse
got
at
punked.
home. Please contact Countessa for check."
Okay.
Kiss, kiss.
And then I'm going to scribble. No, finish, go.
No, I kiss, kiss, parmesan and partisan. Because then, if No one knows they're
No,
distinct
but
black
they're
holes.
also not called Parmesan.
No, Roger.
It was definitely Roger.
Roger and Partisan.
Partisan. Yeah.
Fine. Roger, if that even is his name, and Partisan.
Put it towards Contessa. We hate her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that did you not listen to me?
Did say that.
You were writing. I wasn't listening.
Contact Countessa for funds, love, Parmesan, Roger, and Partisan.
Got it.
Because then no one knows that we pushed them into a black hole. It will look like they've just ran off to live in the sunset together, and they're getting some potions on the way.
I hope you wrote all of that down.
It did.
Tim, can I do a quick check as well? Is there a knife or anything around?
Yeah. She's got knives there. She was used for skinning.
Just to make it look even worse, I'm gonna stab into like skinned face on the counter. I'll stab the knife into the mouth hole, and I'm gonna stack up the coins where the eyes should be, like a dead man's.
Yeah.
Thing.
So mark off 10 gold on yours, Parter.
I've done
You've got 63, so you're fine.
Yeah.
You can.
Worry about what goes on in your brain.
Yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
No.
No.
We left a note. Bad guys wouldn't leave a note.
I
He
paid
left a
for
note
the animals.
blaming somebody. else.
Blaming somebody.
It was still a note.
True, technically. Okay, so we've got that little excursion. We've had a little bit of Parter and Aya's excursion with Sebastian, but we don't know what Mike's up to. So let's follow Mike. The camera pans down to just over the shoulder of Mike as she skulks through Dragonsjaw Pearch, weaving in between the huts. What's up?
I change into Joanne to try and blend in and not look so creepy, and I head towards the tavern.
Okay.
Who's Joanne for people who have never watched Crit the Bed before?
Sorry, Joanne was the first character as I was introduced. As a change thing, I can change, and I was blending in when I first moved. And Joanne is normal height. Genuinely, you would not notice her if you walk past her in the street. She's got sort of mousy brown hair and a low ponytail. She's just
A regular
bland.
beige Tom.
Yeah, she's very bland. If you spend 45 minutes walking around a really busy exhibition hall with her, and then try to ask her, who is that person, you wouldn't remember or have any first impressions.
Really specific.
Yeah.
She is.
Did I get that right? Got it. So yeah, Joanne. I'm changed to Joanne, and I'm walking towards the tavern.
Okay. Inside the tavern, it's very raucous. It's also quite hot, because they are cold-blooded, and so they, for their downtime, they prefer to be as warm as possible. So there is a big, central, almost bonfire-looking heating source with a chimney on it. The whole thing is one big round hut almost, with a bar that half in circles, so just a semicircle around the hearth in the middle. On the floor, there are a mixture of like low tables or just furs and a bunch of kobolds, kind of laying on one another, drinking and chatting.
I go up to the bar, whoever's at the bar, and I ask for a vodka.
Rakdiniak.
Sorry, I would like a vodka, please.
Ah, you are a human.
Yes.
We don't have vodka, but we do have a little brandy. That will be good for humans.
That would be grand.
It would be maybe 2 silver pieces. Yeah, you'll give it to me now, please.
I slide a gold piece over, and I move my finger so he can see that it's a gold piece, but then I cover it back up.
Okay.
And say, I have a need.
He raises his eyebrows and goes, puts his one claw like between your fingers, and so it just taps the gold to make sure it is gold, And he goes, maybe I can help you with your need.
Why doesn't solving time tavern?
It's where I work.
Yeah, the chat's actually very interested in if you were going to partake in a career, by the way.
I'm on a break. My need is for this brandy and for company.
Oh, well, not quite what I thought you were going to allude to.
Bullshit.
What did you think I would allude to?
Normally, trading town, people come in here and ask me for information. But if it's company you seek, let me see how into it he is. I can oblige. I get off in. Fuck it, I own the place.
No,
Rex,
no,
you're
no.
on the bar now.
No.
I get off and we get off, yes?
He pours 2 brandies and walks around the semicircular bar and gives you one, and then a brandy.
Excuse me? Sorry.
I
Gives you one
just
brandy.
want to ask Annie, what did you think would happen if you walked up to someone and gave them a gold and said, "I have a need"?
No.
And he tries to steer you over to one side of the circular tavern.
Just call him Arid.
Just close your eyes, call him Aaron.
Yeah.
No.
Pretend it's still-
I sort of beckon him to come a bit closer.
Okay, he gets closer, but he is. I think I mentioned that the kobolds are quite small, so he's about 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
What catch?
I stopped with the child's voice, because this is getting serious now. I'm so sorry. I put my hand over his lips if he has lips, and I say, I'm so sorry, but please don't take offense to this, but you're not my type. I need other company. Are you able to help? Are you able to help me?
That's a bit hard.
What do you think I
I'm
am?
offended.
I'm so sorry.
Some kind of pimp?
I'm so sorry. If you were, I can offer you more gold.
I think that
But I'm
would-
not saying you are.
I think I am offended, and I think I would need some recompense. I was really into that as well.
Can I just say, maybe in like half an hour, but right now I need some company, and
I don't
please
know.
can
I
you help?
feel quite push and pull, up and down like a yo-yo. Like you're really playing with my emotions now. I don't want to be hurt again.
It won't mean anything with this other company at all. It will be in Thoughts app. I tell everyone I've
There's
gone
no
for
thoughts
some.
up in the moment.
Gone.
It's like it's
Oh,
on your own.
I thought that you had
No.
set it again.
No, I did not.
So,
I'm too busy caring for my man-child.
okay, so I'm really sorry, friend. I'm so sorry, friend. Also, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Joanne. What's your name, kind sir?
My name is Traskar.
Draskar, it's so lovely to meet you. I'm so sorry they weren't on better circumstances, but I can offer you more gold. I could even work for you. That would be great. I could work for you, but right now, please, can you help me?
Okay. And he tries to lead you over to a different part of the tavern. He's like, if it's shady dealings you want, I can help you out too. Let's just get some privacy, yes?
Yes.
And he lays down in another pile of kobolds and beckons for you to come and lay down with him. Can't hear you.
Don't want to lie down.
There looks like that's the kind of way it is in here.
What do you mean lie down?
It's just they all, you know, in the way that like, if you put a bunch of reptiles that are from the same like clutch, they'll all like, kind of wrap themselves around each other for warmth. That seems to be the kind of culture that the kobolds have, where they all just like get into a pile. And he just gets into a pile of a bunch of other kobolds. So don't
Hey.
worry, these guys are cool.
Draskar, I'm so sorry. Do you have anyone do you know anyone that's like, I don't know, maybe humanoid or someone that's slightly dying or someone that wouldn't necessarily is a kobold? Something I could really sink my teeth into.
I can't hear you, and he just pats like the nearest kobold next to him.
Okay, I lie down.
Okay. It's odd feeling as soon as it's like laying down on like a blow up mattress that's full of a bunch of angry snakes.
Is there any way that I could discreetly bite someone and suck them?
I mean, yeah, there's just like limbs everywhere.
Oh my god, this sounds horrendous.
Oh.
Look,
Why do you think this man sold people for eating?
okay, he works in a bar. He might know some, street workers that could lead me down an alley. I can give him a couple of gold. I can get fed. It's been a couple of days. I'm getting really irritable. I need food.
Getting hangry.
I thoughts up. I could tell you I've gone for food. I've gone for a takeaway.
I like the idea that you're just putting it out there and nobody's responding, but you're doing all this like, yeah, I'm just gonna take him down this alley. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna eat. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, had it, and then Tim ruined it.
Eat and get eaten.
I try and discreetly nibble on someone's wrist.
roll a stealth check.
Please don't let me die. I'm so scared. I just want some food. I'm so scared. 14.
And then roll a d6.
One.
Okay, and then okay, and then can you roll a
No.
where is it? 3d6 plus 3, please.
What?
3d6 plus 3.
Mike, what have we told you about nibbling on random people you've met in a bar?
You shouldn't have killed my 2 good men that would have been my food.
That wasn't
9.
9. So the first one was like how stealthy you are. The second one was who of the 6 limbs around you do they belong to, and the third one was how much HP you do. Unfortunately, one was the tavern owner, Truskar.
He loved it. He loved it.
You just sink your teeth into like his forearm as like you're all slithering around.
Suck
And
the
he's
life out of him.
He's like, "Oh, what's that? Ow! Stop it! No!" Ah. And you just drain him like a fruit tube.
You are thirsty.
Didn't kill him though.
He just dies in the pile.
Fuck off! I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want to kill him, Tim.
You couldn't tell.
Oh no! I mean,
also,
they don't.
it was so poetic how you immediately said, "I don't want to kill him," just as Tim said, "He dies."
For fuck's sake.
Also, does that mean that I now inherit a bar?
I think that's how that works. Yeah.
I think we're all winners here.
Is that why we've killed so many people?
That's what he said, right? That was his last words. I think we're all winners here.
How many people? How many people are in this orgy, Tim?
It's
An
not
orgy?
an orgy. It's just a
It's an orgy.
how they
Call it
like
what
to
you
keep
like.
warm and it's their community.
Yeah, call it
It's
what
an
you
It's
like.
their culture.
Wrapping their limbs around each other, sucking each other. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
okay, it happened with the
Probably about a dozen.
incest twins dancing, and it's happening now.
It's a pattern, and someone put in the chat before, like, cut to the friendly boys surrounded by dead bodies and covered in blood, and then freeze frame. I guess you're wondering how we got it. And like, once again, that's how the episode is.
Yeah. Wasn't it less than an hour ago that we all said no killing?
No.
I didn't
okay.
mean to.
No.
You put the shaman to sleep and you killed the tavern owner.
Am I making kobold angels?
If
Hang
you
on.
want to. I mean, they're
No, I don't. No,
that's
I
like the
don't.
only way.
That's an orgy faux pas. Like,
I mean, all we've done is take Sebastian shopping. So.
yeah.
Ellie and I
You
aren't
have to
very much.
free the bird.
You just killed somebody. You guys aren't blameless.
Sleeping.
Aya and I,
It's different.
carrying around Sebastian Sandals, are the most wholesome people in this whole village.
Chad,
Yeah.
Chad, we didn't kill anyone. She's just fallen asleep, right?
Yeah, you do know the difference between asleep and dead.
What's the problem this whole time?
I didn't mean to.
Sebastian, stay away from these people.
So, Mike, what do you do next? And then we'll get on to Chad and Aya.
Don't do that. We're
the
gonna kill
new
somebody.
parents.
I
See if they throw Sebastian off a cliff or something.
No.
Chop his head off.
Not Sebastian. Anyone but
I've
Sebastian.
just got this image that Chad's there, just doing the parent, the parent rock.
Aya's holding a bottle of milk.
Sebastian's like, I'm an adult man. This is really humiliating.
Shh, shoving a dummy in his mouth.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, so like he goes limp in the pile and quickly gets subsumed by the undulating limbs that are this kobold nest.
Relating. Has anyone noticed?
No, your stealth was high enough that who you going to kill? It was above their passive perception. So nobody in this pile noticed you feeding. If you hadn't killed them, obviously they would alert the pile and then things would have kicked off, but you killed it outright. So nobody saw you do it, and they can't tell anybody. And they're cold-blooded, so you can't tell when someone's dead. It's the perfect crime.
I cast Greater Invisibility and use Expeditious Retreat.
Okay. Could you roll a perception check for me, please?
For fuck's sake.
I think we should just get out of here.
I think we should all get out of here. Perception.
I can't believe what you come back to tell us.
We're blatantly going to get back to the giants and kill the giants by accident, aren't we?
No.
Try really hard not to.
Tim, I rolled a 3, but I'm going to use luck.
Okay.
Lucky.
If you have to
14.
expeditiously retreat from an orgy, you know you fucked up.
Yeah, with the 14, as you are skulking out of the tavern, you look over, and something you didn't notice with your passive perception when you walked in, one of the piles of kobolds.
How many piles are there?
The fuck?
Well, maybe 7 or 8. One of them, there are 3. They're not lizard folk. They don't look like Chad. They're not dragonborn, because you already met a dragonborn when you killed them in Keld, the blue one. They are like half dragons. So imagine a full dragon and spliced with a human. So it's got the tail, it's got the wings. It looks more dragon-esque than a dragonborn does. There's 3 of them. There's one red, 2 red ones and 1 blue one. And they are like lying against the wall, like propped up against the wall, lying out with their like arms spread out. And there are just kobolds like writhing over them.
Don't like
2,
this.
3.
Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, 2 red, 1 blue.
2 red, 1 blue.
Yeah, like half dragons.
Human. Oh, okay.
Red one
But
and
no
a
one
blue
notices
one
me.
and a red.
As I'm invisible and
No,
and do the Homer into the hedge.
into the wall. But
Yeah.
you just like back out of the door.
Can you change from Joanne, please, before anyone remembers you?
No one can remember Joanne. She's so plain. She looks like everybody, even kobolds.
Please, Joanne.
So, Chad Dad and Aya Mama. What are you two up to?
Well, we can speak Draconic, so we're having a great time
You both
taking
speak
our.
Draconic.
Well, one of
I
us
can
does.
be supportive friend, the Draconic speaker.
We're carrying our adult-sized man-child around the town for a day out.
Have you actually proposed him?
I would like to.
Oh, we
Yeah,
said
if
that
Aya
you-
says yes, then yeah.
You can pick one thing that I want to know what you would answer that. It's piqued my curiosity. What one thing in this market is Sebastian Sandals gonna pick?
Well, he's such a milk toasted man that he, if you just try and propose him, he will just go limp and let you do it.
That's gonna be really hard to carry though.
I think you should papoose. I think you should papoose with the spider web stuff.
That's true. You could get your giant spider that I always forget you have with you.
Well,
Yeah.
is he
Just to make
on
a
you,
web
Aya?
papoose.
Is he your papoose?
No, he's not my papoose. You made the papoose.
Are you going to order though? Are you going to order smash burger?
Yeah.
To web me?
Just web Sebastian to Chad's chest.
That
They're
one
the only
I'm
ones.
gonna
is terrifying.
I'm gonna draw this and I'm gonna reveal it next week.
So
Sebastian
because
stuck
it's a
to
giant spider, like the force, like the velocity of the web that comes out, and it is an attack as well, can just stick things like to a wall, for example. So as you're like formulating this idea, because Smashburger is not particularly receptive or subtle when you give it like, oh, can you just fashion a web papoose? And it's just like, fuck it, and just spits at Sebastian, and then just sticks Sebastian to Chad, like Chad was a wall. And so he's like in a really uncomfortable position, stuck to Chad.
There you go.
pick something up, child.
He's got like one arm free. Like, I don't. I could do with a scarf, I guess.
That's what you want of this whole market with dragon lore.
I don't know. You put me on the spot. Is that wrong? Should I? Do I need something else? Should I?
Think about
Food? Could I have some food?
it. Read you the last 3 days.
I didn't want to make a fuss.
Oh my god.
Are there food vendors? Can we see like a hot dog stand or warm chestnuts?
Yeah. You can.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's go feed him.
Yeah.
With
there's
one of
like
those two things.
there's a seller that's got like a little market stall up one of the avenues that you took. There's a few of them, in fact, that are just selling unidentified meat. They don't say what it is. There's no sign outside. You can just see the pan cooking meat.
All right. Well, I'll get 2 meats and 1 child meat.
Okay.
Kids meal. That sounds more normal.
Happy meal.
How are you
Yeah.
gonna get it in his mouth though with all the web?
Well, you're gonna
Like
have to
the side
feed
of his
him.
Face is like that.
You have to feed. I can't. I have 1 axe for an arm, so you have to feed him on my chest.
Which one of you is going to chew up the food and spit it into his mouth?
There you go.
That
Chad
can't
can
be
do
me. No.
He's not a baby bird in this scenario. So.
Well, he's getting a child meal, happy meal.
Mm-hmm.
Unhappy meal. At this point, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say not so happy meal.
Well, he doesn't know any
free
different.
toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this?
He's like a 35-year-old man. He
Yeah.
definitely knows the difference.
Yeah.
Who's
He-
produced by webbage to a lizard?
Also, we think he's this really, really short man. He's isn't he like normal height?
He's like 5'8", 5'9".
I think he's like 3
How tall
foot.
am I?
What did we say? 6'5"?
So his head's like here, and his feet are like that far off the ground.
In that
Yep.
case,
But he's a slight diagonal because when he got hit at the back, he sort of like slightly rotated, so like his head's over one side and his legs dangling on the other side. But like you said, only like a few inches off the floor.
he looks.
Feed our child.
Well, that's the thing. I can put the unidentified meat in your mouth and his mouth, and you can eat it together like Lady in the Tramp.
Oh, that's horrendous.
Alice.
We do
Would you like
that.
to do this?
Yes, we do that.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Can you just mark off? Let's say how much is it for 2 adult meals, 1 child's meal? 1 gold is say like 5. So say like 4 silver. Just mark off 4 silver from your character sheet.
I'm half expecting one point of choking damage to Sebastian as well.
Yeah, I don't want to actually baby bird feed him, but if I have to, I have to. I mean, he's a growing boy.
He
I need to
can't,
make sure that he's
Like, because he's webbed, like he hasn't got the use of his left arm, and he's just got like from the elbow up of his other arm, so he can't quite get to his mouth.
He's going to be terrified if you're chomping at the other end towards him like that. With your
As you're
lizard.
walking along like
Be like,
oblivious.
Oh, and I'm also speaking lowly. Yes, eat, boy.
Jeez. Yeah, so he does his best to like push the meat against your chest and then just gnaw it. So
Maybe
halfway-
So weird.
Maybe
halfway
we
just
should have stayed in this
slips
ice.
down.
In
Halfway
the
just
ice
slips down
cavern.
like in between you and him, and he just can't get to it anymore.
This is what he wanted.
I kind of feel like we're going to be flagged on Twitch for all of this descriptiveness.
Very
So-
specific. What would they flag it for?
We were stuck in an
Inappropriate.
ice cave for
Just-
5 weeks. Is this what we were going towards?
Yeah, I
We
think
do
so.
it?
That's exactly what you wanted.
Did we do the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we could
We-
look for things.
Yeah.
We have done nothing this episode.
We
He's done
fed
a lot.
Sebastian, and we haven't done that so far. So
He's only just requested it, okay?
Yeah,
It's not our fault.
Because he's got
also,
no
I do
backbone.
want to clarify: asking for food isn't his request of you can have one thing from the market. Like, please give me food isn't the answer.
But he
One
thinks it
piece
is.
chest eaten, I'd say, right,
Nobody else.
scarf or something more interesting.
Like
I
food.
can't really see what's around anymore.
I mean, that's, you
what
should
do
have
you- what
thought
do you
about that before you got proposed.
What do you think I? Oh, I'm sorry. A fish? Pet fish?
Fish. Why would you want a fish?
I don't know. I panicked.
Great, I'm gonna look for a live fish.
Let's go find him the biggest fish there is.
It has to be living.
Only the
Yes.
best for our little boy.
Yeah, we can
This is
We can-
one leg's dragging on the floor in between
we can
Chad's legs.
web a live fish on top of him, on top of me.
Okay, amazing. So Joanne / Mike, you leave the tavern. You can meet up. They haven't really moved very much far away from the sage's hut and where the meat vendor is. Parter and Pip, you finish your quote-unquote transaction. So you can all meet up back together kind of in the sub-market area.
I would like to look at Sebastian and go, "Oh, is that nice and comfy?"
It's actually
Ao
quite painful.
Ao told me you were looking for a scarf. And then
Fish.
I was told it was a bad choice. I could have something
No.
more interesting, so I asked for a fish.
We only told you that because we have a surprise. And then I wrap the snake with the healing potion around his neck.
It's half, almost fish.
It's currently dead and has like a it looks like a snake has swallowed a water balloon, a full water balloon. So
I think it's
it's
like a form.
got like this distended, almost tumor-esque like part of its body, like it's almost like an airplane neck brace, I suppose. You just
That's
drape it
terrible.
around his head.
You like it?
Yes, I love it.
Yay! Good.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Keep care of it because it might save your life one day.
Okay. He has no clue what it is.
Well,
As Gandalf Chad the Green says, keep it secret, keep it safe.
Keep it nonchalant.
It's a snake wrapped around your neck, which everyone will see.
well, that was a happy day at the market. What did you get up to?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. As I'm still holding my jacket, and it's like,
Yeah,
like
still
my
like this.
hunchback is like,
It's quite obvious that there's something going on underneath his leather matrix trench coat with the fur lining.
I don't think we should be near this little shop.
What?
Put it that way.
Did you murder someone again?
No. No,
Just hear that
she's,
coming from
It's just a
underneath.
cough. I'm so sorry.
no, we're Pip may have put her to sleep, so she's just sleeping. But I think we
Need to
should.
sleep.
Don't worry.
What is an iron?
What noise?
What noise?
It sounds like my dead bird pet.
Oh, maybe he's calling you from the dead.
That's a mean thing to say.
I really think we should be going.
Where's Mike?
Ow!
Where's Mike?
I'm still invisible, but can I go behind Chad and go, hey, it's Mike. I don't understand what's going on your chest. I ask nothing. You ask nothing of me. Okay, great. Deal. Thanks.
Deal.
Heal?
Deal.
Eel. Got it. Let's grab some eels. Done.
Let's.
Get going.
I want to find the dragons though.
Let's go to
Who
Oh.
we don't know where they are. We haven't
Oh.
asked anybody where the dragons
So we
are.
mainly focus on the fish and the scarf, the child meat.
Even though people can't see me apart from, well, no one can see me. Hey group, I'm here.
Ah!
Boys. Friendly boys. Was just going for a wander and went into a bar as I do. Was looking to see if there's any jobs going about. They didn't have any because no one could find the owner. So, but I did somehow notice 3 mysterious-looking half-dragon people that seemed to look like they were having an orgy with loads of kobolds. 2 red and 1 blue. I don't know what it means, but Tim told me about them, and I think it's important. So I thought I'd tell you in the group.
Who's this Tim guy that you're talking about?
One of the guys in the tavern.
All right.
Oh my god.
I only was in there for a second. I don't know.
I prefer the thought that Tim is an NPC that's been following us around and part of the group for this entire time that we've never acknowledged.
Documented.
Bard that's like, scribing your deeds or your misdeeds.
Bilbo Baggins.
That Tim can be the person that is pausing the frame and going, so, you're wondering how we got into this?
Timbo
tell you a story.
Baggins.
Timbo Baggins.
Timbo Baggins.
Oh,
Jokes aside about our narrator, I think we should probably leave this town as soon as possible. So
We
let's go
should find out where we're going.
We literally
Maybe we
just
should
got-
ask. Maybe we should ask some of the dragon people where the dragons are, or the twins. What are we
I've
looking
been
for?
busy.
Orgies?
You've
I
been
can't
doing
remember.
his shopping, so maybe you should ask.
Is there a reason you all want to leave the city we just got to immediately?
No reason.
it's been about 30 minutes.
I let out a gasp and just go, reach in, pull it out. It's like, I set animals free. And then let go of the bird.
Okay. Let me just. What's your armor class?
Oh, shit. 13, that's right.
Okay, it tries to scratch you as you let it go, but then you just manage to duck your head out of the way and it just flies off into the air, squawking.
You're welcome.
It just
So
starts
grateful.
pooping.
Oh,
Hey Josh, that was my most played song in 2020.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, great choice.
Moana.
Oh.
Great choice.
Sorry, carry on.
It's pooping.
Yep,
back to the story.
by DMC.
So, you freed birds. Mike has clearly been in an
I
orgy.
did nothing. I did nothing.
Something's gone on. Are we in enough trouble that we can't look for dragons now?
We can look for dragons, but we should probably look quite quickly.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go see if there's visible dragon markets.
Yeah, there are signposts that Chad can read that directs you to a Drake dealership.
I'd like to
Great.
teach Sebastian Draconic.
Okay, that will be a downtime activity that you can do.
But I'd like to do.
I will start. I'll start recording that you're going to
Cool.
forcibly teach him how to speak Draconic.
Nice.
Shouldn't you teach him how to read and write first?
Oh, you can. He was the scribe for Countess Kakeda.
Nah.
Oh no, sorry, Commander Katessa.
He hasn't quite mastered his joined up writing yet.
Yeah, you can't do cursive.
Who can really?
He also just writes in lowercase. He hasn't mastered the capital letter yet.
Yeah, you can't do sentence case and you can't do cursive.
We'll get him there.
What can he do?
Guys, Drake's over here.
Oh, I really like his music.
I wonder if it's a concert tonight.
Can I? Is it literally just a signpost that says Drake this way?
No, it says Dagon's Drake dealership.
Let's go get ourselves a Dagon Drake dealership.
It winds out to, you remember that landing that I was telling you before that looks like a dragon's jaw?
Yeah.
So you leave the market area, which is on the side of the mountain, and you go towards what is Dragonjaw's Point proper. And there are a bunch of different Drake dealerships, and Dagon is the one that's got signposted. And there are little corrals of chained down drakes around, and then little almost like security huts made of wood and plaster and stone dotted around. And Dagon's is the first one you find.
Can we go in? Is it like a building, or are there people outside? Or
It's like a one kobold hut thing, but he does see you approach, and he you see him visibly inside, like adjusting his tie, and he's like looking into a shoddy mirror, and there's like you can't hear him from where he is, but he's like doing these like gestures, like.
I think we've gone to the worst Drake dealership.
And then he sort of breathes in and out, and then pushes the door open and steps out. And he's wearing like a hide suit with a tie and a shirt, but like a blazer that's made of hide and trousers made of hide. And he's got this big, wide grin, and he just and these big shoulder pads, and his blazer, and he puts his arms out.
Okay.
Welcome to Dagon's Drake dealership. I see you're of a mind of a drake.
How do you know that?
Why else would you be here? For famous Dagon's Drake dealership. The best drakes in town.
Now I want to find any other reason for that assumption.
You say that you're the best Drake dealership in town. Would you mind explaining and maybe giving us directions to the other Drake dealerships in town?
Well, they're over there. Come on, Dagon, you can do this. They're over there. However, I feed my drakes only the finest milk. The rest of them, they just like give them whatever kind of trash they can find. They treat their drakes really badly. I at least give mine a couple of flights per day to keep their wings up. The other ones, they're known for just dropping right out of the sky.
what's your name?
My name's Dagon.
What's
It's him. It's him. It's the guy from the sign.
You're in this place.
This is the only time we've ever asked someone their name.
Now we can't kill him.
Can you drink some of this milk just to show us it is the best?
If I can get some custom, I'll give it a go. He walks over to where some of the drakes are trained up, and there's just a wooden barrel, like a bucket almost. One of them kind of snaps at him. He's like, "Hey, oh, hey!" And he picks up the bucket and just starts slurping down some of this milk, and it just goes down his jaw.
Right, as you've done that,
Full of wing protein.
I got a question then. You've opened up the conversation. That's fine. You've done something that we wanted. How much are your drakes?
You won't find a better deal in town. You can either buy one outright, or you can rent it per day.
We should buy it.
For him?
No, he's got to prove in the same way that he drank the milk. He's got to prove it to us that the drake flies. I say under my breath.
Hey, you want to go for a test drive?
Yes.
Whoa, hey, cool. No need to intimidate me, big man. You can, I can tell you work out. You got your son there. I can understand that you just want to.
Tell him I'm looking for something that's safe for my family.
What do you want? You want my 3-seater economy drake over there?
Yes, we have to go to soccer sometimes.
I'm on carpool.
You mean kickball?
Kickball.
Kickball, that's what I meant.
For a little bit extra, I can just throw in a ring of featherfall for you for extra safety for your family.
First, show me how it drives.
Sure. Why don't you get up and just take it for a test drive?
Not with a child.
Yeah.
I mean, can you get it off yourself?
Peel him off you.
Ah!
I'm gonna take him off and willingly or not, just pop him onto Smashburger.
Okay, just on the top or the underside of Smashburger.
Oh, on the top, but like he would throw a bag over a horse. Like
Oh yeah. Just like over the middle carapace or the middle thorax. Yeah, he's just stuck with his feet dangling on one side and his head upside down dangling on the other.
stuck or safe.
Smashburger can be our human sitter.
He's used to having lots of children spiders, so
Why eat him?
Doesn't he eat them?
Yeah.
sometimes 50% chance.
Can you tell him not to eat Sebastian?
Don't eat this webbed man yet.
Hey!
Clock's ticking.
Here.
On his back, so we're fine.
Chad, so he leads you over to a blue winged drake that's a little bit bigger than most, and it's got a saddle that's enough for like 2 or 3 people. He's like, "This is it. This is the safest one I have."
How do I drive it?
Oh, it's like riding a trike. It's like riding a goblin skimmer. So easy. They're intuitive.
I would like to drive it. Does anybody else want to drive this with me?
Yeah, I'd like. Can I test drive my own one? Actually, somebody
Sure,
in the
I
chat's
mean-
beating me to what I was going to ask about, but I'm going to go with
Sorry.
You'll have to get in line. There's only one of me and a load of you, but absolutely you can test drive as many as you want.
Is
As
there
many
a
times as you want.
is there a vegan one? You know, one that just
you
eats
can't
a bit
eat
of
them.
grass.
You're wearing a hobgoblin.
I didn't eat the hobgoblin.
Also, in what world do you volunteer not to like hold Chad as you ride a dragon together?
Yeah.
Hey Tim, Jack Taylor asks, is it manual or automatic?
It's got
Oh.
driver assist. It's got cruise
Oh.
control, lane assist, the full works.
Also, Cleo or Chad,
Yeah.
Jack Taylor says, did Chad's screams at having the tape removed mean that he's not a hairless lizard?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I would have screamed. So we now know that I wear pants and have hair on my chest.
Yeah, but
I
they
mean,
also
you are a dad now, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
All the 20 nipples.
Teagletrons remind us, yeah, Josh, like they're still expecting the diagram of where your nipples are, so
Oh, yeah. I think I drew a weird nipple creature the last time we filmed. I'll
That was
show it
unrelated.
next time. Unrelated.
So, party, do you want to wait for Chad to get back and so you can ride your own, or do you want to go side saddle?
No, I'll wait.
So he
This is all you, Chad.
he offers to give you a little bit of a boost, Chad, up into the saddle.
No.
You just jump up into the saddle. He scrambles. He's a bit smaller, so he's using like a little step. He gets into the seat behind you, and he's like, "Just grab the reins."
And I do.
And like you just have to coax it out. I mean, you can speak Draconic, so you I'm sure you know the hup, like the hut ha, huh, hoo.
Who?
Roll.
It'll work.
Roll an animal handling check for me, please. With advantage, because you just enjoyed that scream. Which means that you just roll once, because if you got disadvantage.
Oh,
on
yeah,
ability
that's right.
checks,
All right.
I'll give you advantage. It's just the one.
So I rolled a 13.
13. Yeah, okay. So it kind of like stutters and runs and like jumps off the cliff and starts like plummeting, and then you just pull back on the reins, and everybody just sees like you and this hobgoblin on the back of this drake just fall off the edge, and then a few beats go by, and then suddenly this big majestic blue drake just soars up like a few hundred feet away, up into the clouds, with Chad riding it. And I think we'll call the episode there.
right.
But rather than that, have you ever seen the end of Prison of Azkaban, where it's like it's flying
Horrible.
room and its face like
The worst ending to any film.
Yeah, blurred face.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say that the chat has been really entertaining today? It's so good. Thank you.
Yes, thanks everyone for joining us live and being engaged in the chat. It really, I think, kind of like enthusiastically bolsters us to do even crazier and weirder shit.
It makes us more down.
So
It
what
also
I'm basically
reminds-
saying is it's also kind of on you what we do.
And thank you for everyone as well. Just hangs out and looks. It's nice hanging out with you all.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
We love it.
So I'd like to thank
Funny.
my players, Khalil, Alice, Ellie, Josh, and Annie. If you'd like to plug your social media, now is the perfect time to do so.
I kind of stumbled on mine right at the beginning. Chad the Green feels like it could be a winner for a while.
Chad the Green, yeah.
It won't be, but it felt good today.
Excellent.
Are we waiting for you to find the right one to actually make a social media profile with?
It won't happen. But tonight it's Chad the Green.
I'm at ALUCYE.
And,
I don't know what order we go in.
Oh, Ellie.
I don't
We usually do it like in the overlay. I'll just go from like. So
Where we
it'll be,
used to
Khalil
sit.
and Alice.
I'm at Ellie Bab.
I'm at _ Josh Den.
Or squirrel.
Oh, sorry, what was that? You only got half.
Literally just sounded like you went or squirrel.
At Annie _ squirrel.
Lovely.
Cool.
And I'm at Lord Snapcase. So again, thanks everyone for joining. And to date, we definitely did crit the bed. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.